I remember my first creative pitch was in New York City. I was the art director of that project. It was a male-dominated environment. I remember I was doing so many presentation, rehearsal myself. I was doing maybe close to 20 times of what I'm actually going to do at a pitch session. And I'm so nervous because I'm pitching in front of everybody that I know my accent will stand out. I started my life in United States when I was 21 years old. The funny thing is, that's when I'm fully aware, when I first came to the United States for the first time, that I'm known as Asian. Both my parents are hawkers in Singapore, and they both own the same restaurant for 25 years. And they only have two dishes, which is a fried rice and seafood noodles, which is a huge thing in Singapore. Back when I was very young, I had to go with them to pick up ingredients early in the morning. You know, their clothes smelling like the food that they have cooked for the whole day. And it always reminds me of being down to earth and hard work. There's two big things that they always taught me about in my life. The first thing is always focus on your craft, because craft is what brings you to where you want to be. And then the second thing is always work as a team. I'm definitely more self-conscious in the way I present myself as a female and a minority, and also as an immigrant that's coming from somewhere else. My accent has to stand out differently. The sentence structure is different. I have to take up elocution classes, speech classes, Toastmasters to fully bring myself back to the 100% confidence that I have back home. That's always a big struggle in terms of speech, because we are in a field where pitching and speaking and presenting your ideas is such a big and important part of what we do in this industry. And until now, I'm still constantly trying to finesse it, working on pitching, working on just articulating ideas. So I always say this, my soul belongs in Singapore, my features are Asian, but my passion starts in America. So one of the big things I want to do is to bring more voices and colors into the events and experiential design industry. One big part is being a creative director, and Rainy Graphics has helped me to harness that and give more women and more minority and more identities and be in the same opportunity as everyone else. You have to feel powerful, not despite your identity, but in spite of where and how you come from. I know it sounds like it's tough being an immigrant, being a minority, coming in and thinking that, you know, whatever you say might not be valuable, but trust me, it's probably one of the best things that I've worked on, which is to speak up and to make sure that ideas are known, because what you have as a culture ad is going to be more powerful and colorful than ideas that are just based on a singular culture or gender.